Despite developments in medicine and technology, the only mobility option available for the millions of people with some form of paralysis remains as it did centuries ago, a wheelchair. And the limitations of wheelchairs are not just with regards to mobility. There are numerous medical and psychological issues associated with them. I'm Dr. Geoff Lacey, and I'm here in San Francisco, America, to find out about an exciting new development for people with paralysis. I'm just about to meet Arash, who's a young gentleman who had a spinal cord injury quite recently and has been wheelchair-bound ever since. Thanks for letting me come to your house. Wow, that is some view. We've got the whole bay.
Yeah, right underneath.
So, Arash, do you mind if I start by asking you about your accident?
Yeah, it was, you know, I was hanging out at a friend's house and we were locked out of his apartment. He lived on the 3rd floor and I figured I'd climb up to his balcony and get in and save the day. As I was getting up, I fell. So I fell from about 10 meters, landed on my neck. As I kind of came to in the hospital, I noticed as I was lying there that I couldn't move my legs, that something was pretty seriously wrong. I broke my C5 and C6 vertebrae.
How do you cope with such a dramatic impact on your life?
I just don't see any other option but to cope. I don't want to say embrace what happened, but really accept what happened and kind of move forward. A spinal cord injury is an incredibly devastating injury. It affects everything from physical strength and everything to when you need to go use the restroom and not being able to look at people at eye level, constantly having to look up. There's so many benefits to being able to stand up and walk aside from just the mobility aspect of it. So to be able to potentially experience that and feel those benefits, I think is just incredibly exciting.
Exobionics is an organisation that is at the forefront of technological advancements, which are allowing people like Arash the opportunity to walk again. It's a very impressive office you have here.
Thank you. We're really lucky to have it. It's very cool, the old Ford factory.
Really?
Yeah.
Fantastic. So this is the exosuit?
Yes. It's basically a wearable robot. It takes a person and it can provide torque to their joints where they maybe can't. So when I stand, I provide torque in my knees so I don't go like this.
Yeah.
But then the suit provides that, and you provide everything else. So your weight doesn't actually go through the suit. Your weight goes through you naturally.
So there's the obvious benefit of allowing that person to be able to stand up and walk, but are there other clinical benefits that we're aware of for the suit?
So things like urinary tract infection, bowel movement complications, and then things like pressure sores.
Right.
All of those we think we can substantiate that walking, getting up and walking is going to help. So this one here is fresh off our assembly line.
How's it controlled?
It looks at various sensors all around the suit. And when you position yourself correctly with your shoulders basically centered over your lead foot, it knows you want to take another step, right? Because it looks kind of unnatural. I suddenly start standing like this.
Yeah.
Turns out people only really do that when they're going to take another step. So then it takes another step.
So how is it used in clinical practice at the moment?
So right now it's designed for use in a rehab center with a physical therapist. The dream, of course, is that eventually you get those home units into homes and you replace more and more of the wheelchair time during their day.
Arash arrives with his parents to use the exosuit and to walk for the first time since his accident.
How's it going?
How are you doing? Ready for it?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Absolutely. Let's do this. This is fun. Cool. Oh, so I'm attached to this thing too, huh?
So yeah, that's one other safety precaution. Yeah. So.
I feel like RoboCop.
It's a good look though. It's cool.
Okay, we're gonna set you up now. Ready?
All right.
1, 2, 3, and push straight down. Come forward.
All right.
How does that feel?
Interesting. Very interesting.
right. So the first step is always with the right step.
Okay.
Right.
I can get used to this thing.
That's right there.
My body just wants to walk, man. It just doesn't like this whole sitting thing.
All right, buddy, I'm gonna start calling steps. So step now. Shift over, step.
So what do you think?
I am really excited to see him in this position because Arash used to be very athletic, running, biking, motorcycling, everything. I think given that we're all cyborgs, we're all partially defined by technology and partially who we are, I think any help that comes from technology would be really good.
After half an hour, Arash gets to control the exosuit himself.
So there's 4 different buttons that will trigger the first step. Okay, any one of the buttons will do the same thing.
Later on, we can turn this
Right.
around.
This is easier.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, because you're more in control.
Yeah, it's kind of like I just have to figure out
Come out. Okay.
where to go.
Cool. Walk right, left.
Already, the psychological benefits are clear for Arash.
It's not normal to be just craning your head up all the time. But it feels like you're part of society, part of your communication and conversations again.
You know, the future is going to get really exciting just in the bionic space in general. And I think you're going to be able to see someone come into an airplane in an exoskeleton and sit down in an economy seat. And you're going to see grandma at the mall, and she's going to show off her hip new exo pants. And, you know, she's going to be able to take a walk with her grandkids that she couldn't take. It's not far. That's what's really exciting, is it's really not science fiction anymore.
I would like to see this technology go to a point where it replaces a wheelchair. If not all the time, then much of the time.